I've got a pen. Hello. Welcome back to Purana Talk. This is Alan. I'm Leon.
This is chapter 175 of part 1 of the Garuda Purana. We're examining, well, they're just subtitling it in this edition, diseases.
Not very clear to my taste.
And it's been a lengthy, very lengthy text on Ayurvedic medicine that starts out with a detailed symptomology, moves on to a section on remedies, and throughout the entire thing, pretty much, they have taken the form of Dhanvantari, the Lord of Ayurveda, speaking to Sushruta, a physician at the edge of historical reality. There is a text attributed to Sushruta.
About surgery.
No. Sushruta. Right, yeah, it is.
I thought he was the surgery man.
Sushruta is the surgeon, and I'm trying to remember the name of Charaka, was the other great physician associated with this edge of time itself. However, suddenly, in chapter 175, we make an abrupt turn, and instead of Dhanvantari, Rudra, another name for Shiva, is speaking. And Rudra says, an ant. No, Rudra didn't say that. Rudra said, instead of beginning with, O Sushruta, like every other one of these practically that we've seen, Rudra says, thus Dhanvantari, who is Vishnu himself, explained to Sushruta and others. Hari then said to Hara, explaining different medical preparations quelling ailments. Hari said, so, like for a moment, Rudra steps in as a kind of narrator, saying, thus Dhanvantari, who is Vishnu himself, explained to Sushruta and others all the details of Ayurveda. Hari then says to Hara, which is to say Vishnu says to Shiva, another name, Rudra Shiva, explaining different medical preparations quelling ailments. Hari said, and now instead of Dhanvantari speaking to Sushruta, beginning with stanza 2, we have
Vishnu
speaking to Shiva.
Mm-hmm. Or to Dhanvantari, it's not really clear.
No. Hari then said to Hara, explaining different medical preparations quelling ailments, O Shankara. I mean, it's unambiguous in that sense, but in fact, they've said Dhanvantari is actually Vishnu. Vishnu's been speaking all along, so keep going, Vishnu. All the rest of us, also known as Shiva, will be listening here. O Shankara, in all fevers, the first process is to make the patient fast. Then he must be kept in a place where gusts of wind do not blow. Only boiled water should be given for drinking. All fevers are subdued by dry fomentations, O Ishvara. Ishvara, the decoction of guruchi and mustaka, removes vatajvara. Vatajvara, which I suspect is like saying vataja, ailments, which is to say born of vata. All fevers are subdued by dry fomentations, O Ishvara, it says. And then it says a decoction, which wouldn't be a dry fermentation, of guruchi, which is gourd, raw sugar, and mustaka, which I forgot. We have books. Mm-hmm. Mustaka is one that comes up. It's important. It gets referred to as musta, I think, also. Yeah, if you have some easy way to look up MUSTA, or variant thereof, or added on to it, might be mustaka. Kind of like amla can be amla, malki, or amala, or a bunch of... See, and we've gone off on a tangent already.
Yep.
Yeah, he has the formulary. We don't want the formulary. We just get the materia medica. Yeah, there you go. Okay, while he's looking that up, I will. I think 2 is the important stanza that we've come to in a sense. It says, "O Shankara, in all fevers, the first process is to make the patient fast.
Like
Then
not eat, right?
Yes, yeah, don't make him hurry.
M-U-S?
M-U-S-T-A, at least, musta, and maybe mustaka.
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 See, Naga Mustaka.
Nagar mustaka.
Nagar Mustaka.
Which isn't Naga, it's Nagar. Mustaki, Kabuli mustaki is, I was going to say mustard, but that's in English underneath it. Well, look it up. 427, 428. Yeah. Go for it.
It's not in that book.
Okay.
It Mustaka. Cypress.
Cypress pertenuous. Have any other names?
Oh, a bunch of other names. Sanskrit, though.
How about Hindi?
Mustaka.
Nagarmota. Nagarmota. I've heard that. And here they're saying use the tuber. Yeah. And a decoction has a recipe. So the root or tuber is given in torpid liver, chronic fevers, dyspepsia, derangements of the bowels. Well, I'm not, I'm mildly more enlightened on the subject, but not entirely.
It's the root of a cypress.
Yeah. So you do a decoction of that and gourd, or jaggery, and it helps remove vata-borne, presumably fevers, because it seems like we're talking about fevers.
Right.
All right, there's just an example of what you could do, and you got books. 4-6. Listen. The decoction of Duralabha removes Pitta Jwara. That's the Jagonia critica. Anyway, and that removes illness or we shall presume fevers rising from Pitta aggravation. A decoction of Shunti, Parpata, Musta, Balaka, Ushira, Chandana, Ghee, and Duralabha removes the fever of Kapha type. So yeah, we're going through just fevers of the 3 doshas and their remedies. A decoction of Balaka, Shunti, and Parpata cures all types of fever. A decoction of Tiktaka, Eranda, Guruchi, Shunti, and Mustaka removes Pitta Jwara. Now here are other types of medical compounds. 7-8. A decoction of Balaka, Ushira, Hata, Kantakari, and Mustaka, and Suradaru removes fevers if cooked with Dhanayaka, which is coriander, Nimba, which I think might be lime juice, and Musta, and taken with honey. A decoction of Tripala, Patola Patra, and Guruchi removes all kinds of fever. This increases appetite and dispels disorder due to Vayu. Haritaki, Pipali, Amali, Chitraka powdered together is a remedy for fever. The above boiled with Dhaniaka, Ushira, and Parpata, or Amalaki, Guruchi, and Chandana, and taken with honey, cures fever of every type. Now listen to the compounds removing Sanipathaja fever. And those are fevers caused by aggravation of either all the dosas or combinations of doshas. That last one, it was easy to figure out. The last formula was Amala, Amalaki, Guruchi, and Chandana. So it's amla fruit, gur, jaggery, and sandalwood taken with honey. So again, the sweet being used medicinally, therapeutically. All right, now listen to the compounds removing Sanipataja fevers. 12. An astringent decoction of Haridra, Nimba, Triphala, Mustaka, and Devadaru with Kaktorohini leaves of Patola when drunk removes fever arising from the 3 doshas. Nagabala powder, taken with powdered Kantakari, Nagara, Guruchi, and Pushkara, removes cough, asthma, etc. 14 and 15. In fever due to kapha and vayu, the thirsty patient should be given hot water, water boiled with vishva, parpataka, ushira, musta, and chandana, and cooled later, can be given to quell thirst, vomiting, fever, and burning sensation. In Vataja fever, a decoction of bilva and other drugs of Panchamula group is very effective. That's the 5-root group, the Panchamula group. Bilva is another well-known plant, a tree, the leaves of which are sacred to Shiva. They're the ones on the tree that the thief or the hunter sleeps in at night that drops inadvertently on the lingam and wins him his ultimate liberation. Oops. 16. The root of Pipali is appetizing. In Vata Jvara, a decoction of Guruchi and Vishva gives great relief. A decoction of Parpata and Nimba, taken with honey, removes Pitta Jvara. So again, back to another Pitta fever. 17. Even after remedial measures, if the patient does not regain consciousness, his legs or forehead must be cauterized with an iron rod.
Oh.
He's unconscious. He'll be pissed when he wakes up. Maybe. If he wakes up. 18. A purgative decoction of Tikta, Pata, Patola, Vishala, Triphala, and Trivrit, taken with milk, removes all kinds of fever. A purgative decoction. That's it. Chapter 175.
So I was saying to Alan before we started this evening, today.
Yes,
today.
It's still morning.
That I think there's a parallel in the text between the physicians of Madhai in Wales, the last physicians, basically.
The last physicians.
Well, of the old regime, like sort of they think they trace back to the Druids, so-called. Anyway, and this text, because you have a symptomology and followed by cure, very similar format. So anyway, those might be useful somehow to compare to each other.
Do you have any idea what the time was on the
well, it gets written down, 1200 or something, pretty early. It's the earliest Welsh
1200
herbal.
AD, I assume.
Yeah.
CE. Okay, well, that's not, there's possible overlap even in these texts. I don't know how similar they are, except in their purpose, perhaps in their structure, because I haven't read this thing. But, you know, we can't forget that there was communication, even very early on. It's something that's very hard to look at, but it's rich. It produces lots of interesting theories. I remember
you did find that astrological text in Sanskrit that's really a Greek astrology text.
Yeah.
For instance.
Yeah, well, there's things like that provide proof, actually, of these, the sharing of knowledge, arcane or otherwise. And we know that there was trade. Spices and things were being traded with the Roman Empire and probably
Egypt
before.
Silk Route.
Yeah, that were coming from India, southern India and Sri Lanka in particular, where black pepper and cinnamon and cardamom are all native things. And so, yeah,
and even in some cases physic gardens where they'll import all the plants you need to run a medical system.
I was trying to remember the name of the guy I heard speak in Delhi years and years ago, John Irwin or something like that. Gosh. But he was talking about stupas and their cosmological construction, and then relating them to things in Europe, and claiming that it wasn't, some common way that human minds, wherever they are, create their cosmos. He says, no, people were actually traveling and talking to each other, and the teachings had traveled into Europe. And he saw the barrows of Ireland and the way people acted around them, the way they went around them, for example, the directions that they went, which were, essentially you go around clockwise.
Yeah.
If you're passing them, unless you're a funeral procession, and then you go counterclockwise. In Ireland, that's one thing that he had mentioned. I don't know if this is
well, and
what I remember
in Kathmandu when we were there, we saw a wall with a tumulus inside it.
Yeah.
That were very much like what you'd find in Neolithic Ireland or the Hebrides. I can show you places that look exactly like that.
Yeah.
And
it seems to me that on that level, it's hard to say that you needed people to travel and communicate, because these do seem to be like symbols. The axis mundi and all of that is something that you don't have to be told necessarily to.
There's been stuff on Facebook recently about the Tibetan Druids, the mummies that they found on the Tibetan plateau that are really Celtic.
We've joked literally for decades about Tibetan Druids.
And then they found these mummies.
They keep turning up now.
They've found now that there's Gaelic influences that are obvious for this area, and they think they introduced the horse as well.
I thought I saw a courting couple of blue jays. Now I see two pairs of blue jays,
big
fat ones in one tree. Oh, there they go. Oh, there's another
one. Anyway, we've wandered. Bye.
It's been great.